The shipwreck was a coalition carrier, last seen 4 years ago. The wreck has been ransacked by Galcian troops looking for something. We believe it was the recovered artifact. We have also recovered the encrypted first officer's log from the derelict carrier. It belonged to my brother. The data is spotty, but this is what we have deciphered.
This is First Officer Jacob Sujat of the carrier Ifrit Nabal. 1,256 souls aboard. We've been immobilized right due to collapse. There are considerably more artifacts at the Kalash location. This is the First Officer of the carrier Ifrit Nabal, signing off.
The Kalash coordinates correspond to this location from the satellite data of 4 years ago.
We will alter course, following the route of our coalition's first expedition. At the Kalash location, we will accelerate resourcing and artifact recovery operations. Course locked in.
Closing in on the target site. Rachel, scout ahead and establish a positive ID.
Roger that.
We have arrived in the general vicinity where the Ifrit Nabal recovered the artifact.
Awaiting orders. Science off.
Spread out and search the area.
Still nothing. Adjusting onboard scanners. It's gotta be around here. The signal we picked up was significant. Intel. We found something. Are you guys seeing this?
Affirmative.
Commencing scan.
What are we dealing with?
Stand by. Checking the data now. It's some kind of ship. I'm beginning analysis of the main superstructure. Readings show considerable heavy metal deposits. This is definitely the Kalash site that Jacob was talking about. Data confirms the Ifrit Nabal artifact was indeed removed from this location. I'm also detecting wreckage strewn across the valley below. I'll need to set up additional scanners to get a clearer picture of exactly what happened here. My preliminary scans are incomplete. I need to place a scanner at this location to get more data. Scanner deployed. Commencing surface scan now. The technology contained here is far more extensive than anything we have gathered to date. It will advance our existing research programs exponentially. The resources that are visible now can be salvaged, but there are considerably more within the wreck itself. In order to extract them, we need to establish a broader scanner network so I can develop a complete shipbreaking plan. I'm sending the details to the KPC's engineering team. Scan complete. I'll need some time to fully analyze this data.
PC reading.
We need to explore the valley below to identify additional wreckage from the Kalash. Deploy and secure scanners at each wreckage site located. Alert. The storm is producing tornadoes on low-lying areas. Avoid the tornadoes. The sand and debris they spin up chews through light armor. Searching for additional wreckage in the valley ahead could be difficult.
Intel, can you provide an update on the Sakala's current location?
No response from the Sakala. The storm is interfering with our communications.
Understood. Keep me advised.
Affirmative. Deploy a probe from one of our base runners to help in the search for wreck sites. Probes will allow us to quickly explore new areas and search for hostile forces.
Wreckage site detected.
Great work. Establish a scanner and a defensive turret. Our scans indicate there are 2 additional wreck sites. Additional wreckage site located. Roger. Good work. Set up a scanner and secure the site. There is still 1 more wreck site. Continue your search. Scanning teams. Establish defensive turrets on those scanner locations ASAP. The Galcian are targeting our scanner network. Scramble defenders. All scanning sites must be secured. Recommend deploying turrets from base runners to do so. The Galcian are attempting to destroy our scanner network. Enemy will require rapid response aircraft to counter Galcian attacks.
Confirm visual.
Invest in the Capisi's hangar facilities to begin producing strike fighters.
Strike fighter fabrication online.
Begin constructing strike fighters immediately.
Craft on approach.
Great work. All the wreckage sites have been found. Deploy a scanner, then set up a turret to defend it from Galcian attacks.
I've commenced the scan.
Will detected.
The data we've already collected is amazing.
Green line bearer.
That's it. Scan complete. We've got it.
Craft down.
This scan is unusual. I've never seen anything like it. I need to start breaking down the data immediately.
Understood. Great job out there.
Thanks. Okay.
We've successfully completed our scan of the Kalash wreck, but it may only be a matter of time before the Galcian carriers vector onto our position.
Intel, I've fed the scan data into the computers and added my spectrum and IR readings. I'm heading back to the Capisi now.
Copy that. We're all eager to hear the results of your analysis.
I bet. You're gonna like this.
Personal log, Captain Roman Sujette, Expedition Carrier Capisi. These sandstorms have taken a toll on the old girl, but she's a hell of a ship. We're managing well, considering the haste with which we launched. Our lead science officer, Rachel, is analyzing the artifact we found. She's eager to take risks, which I wouldn't have wagered on after our first meeting. She's also driven as hell. She's giving the intelligence officer fits. My respect for her grows daily. As for the Galcian, their hover technology makes them faster and more maneuverable than our units. They're better equipped for desert conditions too, which is no surprise. But their hit-and-run tactics, which I've seen before, always leads to something much larger and more dangerous. It's only a matter of time before we are truly tested.
For the first time in as long as any of us can remember, we are finally able to shed some light on the history of our planet, and conceivably, our origins as a people. What we have found here is nothing short of miraculous. An ancient starship lost to the desert for 1,000 years. The structural damage it sustained, the compression patterns, the debris footprint, all of it is consistent with atmospheric penetration followed by ground impact. But why did it crash here? What happened? Many questions remain unanswered. We know that the satellite data we collected identified hundreds of similar sites scattered throughout the Great Banded Desert. Each one of these could be a wreck just like the Clash. It is safe to assume the Galcian have been exploiting these resources for years. Now it's our turn. Composed of exotic materials and compounds not native to our planet, each represents a potential treasure trove of untapped resources and alien technology we can leverage in our fight against the Galcian. and which may well hold the key to our survival on Kharak.
All crews, prepare to shipbreak.
Intel, detailed scans have identified one section of the Kalash with energy readings far exceeding normal parameters. I'll begin salvaging there first. Once I've confirmed my shipbreaking plan works, we'll move out into the valley below and expand operations.
Copy that, Rachel. Deploying security teams to defend the inner perimeter.
Approaching the wreck now.
Copy that, Rachel. Proceed with shipbreaking operations.
We will need to use several demolition charges.
Copy.
I'll need to place the charges on the wreck and detonate them once I'm clear of the blast zone.
Just understood. We got an assignment.
Charges placed and enabled.
All right. Pull back to a safe distance and initiate detonation.
PC reading.
The charges can be detonated individually or as a group. Energy signal. There it goes.
Nice work.
We need to collect that artifact and return it back to the Kapisi to research it.
Salvager ready.
The artifact we recovered has been installed successfully. The Kapisi is already registering a massive increase in available power.
Beta PC power levels are surging. Nice find, Rachel. Easy.
Attention fleet. The artifact manifest is now available to review the latest science analysis and data. We must push out into the valley and salvage the remaining wreck sites before we run out of time. To avoid system damage.
Understood.
Advised. Carrier repair systems online.
Hostile.
Be aware. Scattered Gaussian contacts detected near wreck locations in the valley. Ensure salvage teams are well defended.
Understood. Salvage teams form up and await orders.
Engineering, E23.
Go ahead, 2-3. Carrier copies.
Stoppages on the main gun.
I've updated the salvagers with the demolition charge schematic. They'll require CUs to produce new charges.
Understood.
It's online.
Intel, be advised. Hacking Gaussian units is now available. By accessing their shared network, I can commandeer their vehicles.
If you can get them aboard the Kapisi, our engineers can reconfigure their control systems. Once that's done, we can allocate them to our fleet.
Sounds like a plan. Depleted.
Attempt to commandeer one of their units to confirm the system is operational.
Standing by. It's amazing. This technology survived all these years exposed to the open desert.
Go destroyed.
I wish I had a fully equipped lab to study this material in more detail.
Deploying at next wreck site. Expecting Gaussian reinforcements.
Gaussian air units are probing our position.
Craft destroyed.
Anti-air turrets now available for construction.
Artifact.
Anti-air turret templates loaded into the base runners.
Ready.
The main assault force will arrive soon.
Fire. Taking fire.
Intel, we found an artifact at this location. Looks promising.
Enemy rail.
Great work. Continue salvaging. Salvage teams. Sensor activity is increasing. Expect the main Gaussian force to arrive soon.
To say.
We're going as fast as we can here.
Understood. Keep your eyes open and be ready to pull back to the Kapisi.
It works. I've assumed control of the Gaussian vehicle. Sending it to the Kapisi now. Be advised, all wreck sections at this site have been processed successfully.
Fire. Hostile.
We're being hailed by the Gaussian carrier. Stand by to receive.
Sюжет carrier Kapisi. There can be no hiding from the Gaussian immigrant desert. We are the desert. As before, you have violated this holy site. Only now you have chosen to destroy it, pillaging its sacred artifacts to serve your profane ambitions. You may go no further. Prepare to face the wrath of Seljuk and beg his divine forgiveness. I will pray for your soul.
Galcian Commander Kagan has cornered us.
Taking fire.
We are heavily outnumbered. They will mount their assault from all sides. We must stand our ground. All personnel, man your battle stations.
Picking up sensor contacts all around us. Exhausted. We must pull back to the Capisi.
Hostile strike.
Confirmed. Get back to the Capisi immediately.
Crap, taking effect.
Galcian units approaching. This is going to be close.
All available forces are to protect salvage crews and the Capisi. All other concerns are secondary.
Enemy.
It appears to have replaced its standard armament with a missile battery. This will allow it to function as both ground fire support and mobile AA.
Go for ranged.
Railgun online.
Sedim reinforcements have arrived. I say again, Sedim reinforcements have arrived. All units, hold fast and maintain position.
Capisi, this is Captain Mashad of the Sedim carrier Sakala.
Sakala, be advised. The enemy carrier Ashoka and her fleet have us surrounded.
Understood. We warned you and our coalition partners for years of the Galcian threat. We called for a total cleansing of the desert wastelands, but now this appears beyond our reach. I suggest we finish off these Gritidim while we have the advantage.
Agreed.
The Galcian carrier has an escort of multiple cruisers. Recommend immediate advance on the Galcian position.
Capisi, say again. Request targeting the siege cruiser positions.
Copy, Sakala. All units, move on those siege cruisers now.
Capisi, we are taking heavy fire. Request your forces target the Galcian siege cruisers near our location.
Destroy. Armored vehicle is taking fire. All units, assume convoy formation and stand by to pursue.
Personal log, Operations Officer Clea Soban, Expedition Carrier Capisi. How many days have we been out here? Feels like weeks already. We've re-established communication with the North. Reports from Tyr are encouraging. Pockets of resistance have sprung up and are holding Galcian forces at bay. But for how long? Here, crew morale remains high despite the constant engagement with Galcian forces. I can't say enough about the men and women who've signed on, risking their lives for this expedition. Our goal feels almost impossible at times, but there is hope, and a will to succeed against all odds. For now, that will have to do.
The Ashoka is damaged and on the run. Yet despite the artifacts we've recovered and the upgrades we've made to the Capisi, we are still no match for her speed. Having relocated to a wide debris field deep within the Baladin Dune Sea, the Ashoka appears to be conducting much-needed resource operations. The Sakala will maneuver to the north and draw the Ashoka away. The Capisi will then strike directly at the enemy resourcing operations. Once we have wiped out their ground forces, we'll move to eliminate the Ashoka, clearing a path to the site of the primary anomaly. The Sedim have transferred us 2 bombers to assist in the operation. All units, prepare for battle.
Capisi, this is the Sakala. We are in position and ready to engage.
Understood. Moving to attack now. Good luck.
We have reached the vicinity of the Ashoka's resourcing operations. Galcian production cruisers marked at these positions, likely supporting salvage crews. A security patrol is moving between the 3 cruiser locations. Destroy all production cruisers and eliminate that patrol.
Interceptor taking fire.
First Galcian cruiser destroyed.
The Galcians seem to be adjusting their formations. Can you confirm? Production cruiser
Stand by, Capisi. Confirmed. Be advised. 2 groups of Galcian combat units have broken away from the main patrol force and are strengthening defensive positions around the remaining production cruisers. Galcian production cruisers are actively fabricating new units. Stand by for enemy contact.
Light attack vehicle is under fire. Over order. Course set.
Second production cruiser destroyed. Be advised, all remaining Galcian combat units are converging on the final production cruiser.
Destroyed.
Incoming transmission from the Sakala.
Capisi, we've engaged. But they have broken away and approaching your... Prepare to take a... Do you copy?
Salvager ready.
Sakala, your signal is breaking up. Isolate and dampen interference.
Capisi, we've engaged. But they have broken away and approaching your... Prepare to take a... Do you copy?
Approach vector dialed.
Confirmed.
Sakala, say again. What is the Ashoka's vector? Sakala, do you read? Over. We are well within range of their broadcast. The Galcian may be jamming the signal.
The German vehicle is taking fire. Strike craft taking effective fire. Hostiles.
Final production cruiser group destroyed.
Intel, I've managed to clean up the Sakala transmission. It's not perfect, but it's the best it's gonna get.
Capisi, we've engaged the Ashoka, but they have broken away and approaching your location. Prepare to take evasive action. Do you copy? We are in pursuit.
Good work, Rachel. All stations, prepare to engage the Ashoka.
Be advised. Hostile carrier detected. Reading. New sector designated. Move out.
Enemy carrier detected. Moving fast on our location. The Ashoka has arrived. All carrier personnel to battle stations. Ashoka is heading towards a nearby resource deposit and is at full combat strength. Prepare defenses. A large group of Galcian units is inbound from the Ashoka. They lack anti-air defenses. Recommend airstrikes. A large wave of Galcian aircraft have been detected incoming from the north. They will enter the combat zone here and are en route to the Ashoka. Deploy AA assets along their projected course to destroy them before they land on the Ashoka. If allowed to rendezvous with the Ashoka, the air units would greatly increase her air strength.
We have modified our anti-aircraft missile systems from the AA turret to be compatible with the assault unit chassis. This will provide us with a mobile anti-air platform.
The missile battery is effective against both ground and air targets. However, it can only fire while stationary. Upgrade fabrication facilities and begin producing missile batteries to counter them. Galcian Interceptor Group ETA, 7 minutes. Galcian aircraft on approach.
Fighter
Alert, LAV down. Attack enemy airstrike inbound.
Incoming Galcian Interceptor Group destroyed.
Hostile on sensors. Authentication pending. Enemy armor on approach.
You have proved a worthy opponent, but let your joy be tempered with the knowledge that your death is inevitable.
There can be no peace on Kharak, so long as your Kithid pursue a path to the stars.
Personal log, Science Officer Rachel Sujette, Expedition Carrier Capisi. Jacob, you're onto something, big brother. The tech the Galcian have recovered from these wrecks, the tech we have found ourselves, is rewriting the book on science and engineering as we know it. Already we are seeing the benefits. You can imagine how excited I am. I only wish you were here to share in this. If we survive long enough to get to the Cheraki object, there's no telling what we'll find. If. I hate that word.